Now, at this point, we weren't sure that we found the right place. We were a little bit concerned why an empty hotel had 24/7 security, and we were also wondering why there were individuals walking around in blue high-vis vests. They were everywhere, peering through their blinds that they pulled down the moment we appeared on site. When I pulled out my mic, they all flipped out. We tried to figure out exactly what organization they were from. They sort of looked like Red Cross responders, but they're more likely social workers for the government or something along those lines. Of course, all paid for by you. Hey there, I'm Keean Bexte, reporting yet again from a place you probably know. Roxham Road. Now, why am I here? Well, it's because the story is still developing. I was here many months ago at the very onset of the global pandemic, when even the mainstream media wasn't thinking that it was that big of a crisis. I was still quite concerned. We weren't sure exactly how dangerous the Wuhan coronavirus was going to be, and I was here on the border wondering why, even after Justin Trudeau was restricting things, why Roxham Road was still an illegal point of entry that the RCMP were embracing, carrying their bags for them, even loading them into a truck that is actually just right over there. They're still coming across the border. Can you believe that? Now, we're standing here right now and we haven't seen it with our own eyes, but we've heard from an RCMP constable himself confirming that there are still indeed people coming across the border.
It's not as many as used before, but still some.
Less than there were before, but they are still coming. Justin Trudeau is still spending money on these individuals. They're still housing them for a certain amount of time. What happens to them after that, we're not sure right now, because we can't trust a thing that the government is saying. Now, the second part of this news is that this facility behind me is still expanding. Even though the crossing is supposed to be closed, even though every border crossing in Canada is technically supposed to be closed, this not only is still active, but the facility is expanding. According to the individual with CBC Radio Canada that we spoke to, this is a hospital behind us that they've created. One thing that I haven't done here while I've been at Roxham Road is figure out exactly where these illegal aliens are being shipped to. I've seen the bus come, pick them up, and go away, but I've never actually been able to follow it. We received a tip from one of the local residents living on this road here, and they said that they know where the facility is. They say that the army actually built tents. The Canadian military built tents to house illegal aliens that are still coming across. We're going to go over there right now to scope it out, to see exactly what's going on there. Is it a big facility, a small facility? Is the military still there? If they are, I cannot imagine the expense that is costing taxpayers. This alone, having RCMP sergeants and constables here staffing it 24/7, the capital cost of building this infrastructure, that tent over there, the sanitation stations, and the new hospital that the CBC pointed out to us, how much money has gone into this? It is a boondoggle of epic proportions. So we left Roxham Road and we followed a trail of breadcrumbs left to us by a local resident saying that if you follow this road, turn right here, turn left here, you'll get to where the government is housing the illegal aliens. Today we weren't able to see any of them crossing. We know they are, but we did find exactly where the government is housing them and all the stops that they're pulling out to make sure they feel nice, warm, and cozy in this Quebec autumn. Hi, sorry, I don't speak French.
No parking here, sir.
No parking?
No.
Isn't this
Hotel is closed.
always? I thought it was just that hotel that was closed. I thought that hotel was closed.
Yeah,
Is this one
no.
open? Oh, is this not a hotel?
Just a restaurant.
Okay. Can we eat?
Take out. Just
Okay.
a take out.
Perfect. Is that the restaurant? What?
Sorry.
We're just gonna go grab some food.
No. Let me go here.
Sorry?
Please.
You said that the restaurant
No.
was open.
No. It's not.
You just said the restaurant was
Nothing.
open. We're just gonna go grab some food.
No. There's like no picture here.
Are those? Oh, they just closed. Did you get that? So what's happening here is we showed up on location to see what was going on at this site that was being used by the federal government to house illegal aliens, and what we found was not only a bunch of really strange shipping containers. The entire hotel, it says you can't book anything there. They closed it down. We arrived here on location, and the first thing we were greeted with was this individual saying we weren't allowed to park here. When I said we just wanted food at the restaurant over there, he said, okay. I got my mic out and he knew exactly what was going on. We were here to figure out why this hotel is closed down, if they were housing illegal aliens, because we know that they are still crossing the border, and he's not being very forthcoming with us. Could you tell us, are there any illegal aliens here right now?
Please, sir, outside the car.
Are there any illegal aliens in that hotel right now?
Please. No media here.
And why does an empty hotel need commissionaire security?
Sorry. Please, inside.
I'm trying to figure out a reason why an empty hotel would need paid for 24/7 security. The answer is, well, they're hiding something. I wonder what it could be. Excuse me. Could you tell us what's going on at this hotel? Could we chat with you quickly? Could you tell us, are you guys housing illegal aliens right now?
Sir, please, outside.
Could you tell us what's going on here? Why are there guards guarding a supposedly empty hotel? What is going on here? And why are they freaking out about a reporter being here? Hey. Excuse me, ma'am. We just want to know what's going on. Why are there big no vacancy signs, but we were told illegal aliens were coming here? So the reason why we're here specifically, and we can't really show the footage, we spoke to a woman as we were leaving Roxham Road, and it was a local. She was depressed about the situation transpiring in her backyard. Families picking up and moving. You can see so many for sale signs on Roxham Road. She didn't even want to speak to media until we explained to her who we were and why we were there, and then boy did she ever open up, although it was off the record so we can't show that video, but I can tell you what she said. A bus every couple days apparently comes from Roxham Road full of illegal aliens to this site right here, according to her. Now that bus used to run 10 times a day at the height of illegals coming across the border, but it's still going on. Now they are supposedly dropped off here at a location that says no vacancy, and there's some commissionaire individual who is here maybe 24/7 who freaks out instantly when a reporter shows up. Why is that? The security guard is following us around while we're on the road, public property, because they're so desperate to hide whatever's going on here. There are officials here. They have a program in place and something is going on here that they don't want reporters digging into. Now, at this point, we weren't sure that we found the right place. We were a little bit concerned why an empty hotel had 24/7 security, and we were also wondering why there were individuals walking around in blue high-vis vests. They were everywhere, peering through their blinds that they pulled down the moment we appeared on site. When I pulled out my mic, they all flipped out. We tried to figure out exactly what organization they were from. They sort of look like Red Cross responders, but they're more likely social workers for the government or something along those lines. Of course, all paid for by you. Aha! Sorry, are we going the wrong way? The police are going to come and arrest me? Why? So we found this big bus. They have quite a facility here. And I think it's all part of the same thing. I mean, we arrived here and this man just started yelling at us. We were in a pretty conspicuous red car, so that I guess they all are coordinating and know that we're here kind of looking into what's going on. And they were furious when we pulled over, screaming at us in French. Now, this bus, if I recall correctly, it's sort of at least the same specs as the bus that brings the illegal aliens from Roxham Road to here. Excuse me. We're looking for where the government is bringing the people who cross Roxham Road.
Oh, you're in the wrong place.
Yeah?
On the other side.
That's over there.
Yeah.
What is this?
What's in the back? Roxanne, they come here.
They come here after what?
Once you pass the Roxanne, they come back here.
When they come through Roxham Road, they come here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Anyways, I can't answer that.
So what is over there, though?
Roxanne.
Yeah, but this is where they come then. That's what you just said, though. Now, I I want to point out one more thing about what we've seen here today. We've seen dozens and dozens of these big propane tanks. Those are very expensive, but also this massive truck trailer. Now, what is this? Well, I just searched it up, actually. Bello is what it's called. And what do you know? It is a water transportation firm. This is to make sure that all these illegal aliens that just broke the law when they came into Canada, that are sucking off the teat of Canadian taxpayers, well, it's important that they get fresh water. Justin Trudeau, that's his first expense on them. But of course, there's still boil water orders across reserves across Canada. Those people, no, they're not important. Those real Canadians, no. Those second-tier citizens to Justin Trudeau, they can boil their own water. But for these illegal aliens, Justin Trudeau will ship in the cleanest water that he can find. He will spare no expense. This water is demineralized, crystal clear, and available to these illegal aliens whenever they want it. But First Nations, you're going to have to wait for that.
The only thing that these people have contributed to Canada is to break its laws. That's it. By virtue of them not wanting to be in New York and claim refugee status in the United States, where they would be sent back home for being fake refugees, they were given full access to Canada and its amenities. Justin Trudeau has prioritized them over you during a global pandemic, nonetheless.
Hey, sir. Can you tell me why you're taking pictures of my vehicle?
Just industry.
Industry?
You industry.
Stay away from me. It's a pandemic.
No.
Can you tell me why
It's
you were
private
taking...
property here.
This is government, right? Right? It's public. It's public.
No privilege.
It's public. It really is. I know what's going on. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Okay, well, you just did. Why were you taking pictures of a reporter's vehicle? Tell me that. This illegal border crossing will remain open. The CBC will continue to produce gushing documentaries over how amazing these illegal immigrants are, how much they're contributing to this country. We know that's a false narrative, and Rebel News is going to stay on this beat.
With this gaping wound in the Canadian border,
covering the other side of the story and keeping you aware of what is going on in your country's backyard. Because if we don't, nobody else will. CBC has billions of dollars every year to waste on whatever narrative twisting, fake news peddling they want to. We operate at Rebel News on a shoestring budget. We need your donations to do the work that we are doing right now. This rental car, for example, we took from Montreal to get here. We need your help to cover those costs. If you go to helprebelnews.com and pitch in a few bucks, it would go a long ways to keep myself and my cameraman on the road covering stories that the mainstream media either refuses to touch or twists the narrative so badly that you can't recognize it from the truth.